Hi! How are you keeping? I hope you're doing well. As you can see from today's title, I am going to unpack Huda Beauty's newest foundation, which is called the Fell Filter Luminous Matte Foundation. Liquid foundation. To be honest, I've never used their foundation before because foundation wise, I would call myself the subtle girl. I always feel like their coverage is too much for me. Plus, I like more of natural side of, the effect. But apparently they have changed their formula, and this formula is supposed to be waterproof, light-proof, hour-proof, long-lasting, and sweat-proof. Basically everything proof that you can think of. And just like your skin, and if it's for all skin type, thanks to pandemic, I just don't remember the last time I wear full coverage foundation is when. So yeah, let's try this foundation. I have bought their contour as well with the brush, so it's kind of like the first impression of a Huda face products, I suppose. I don't know if you can tell, but my skin condition isn't the best, but I know myself it's rather dry and it's got breakouts and it's dull. I thought about record this video after my skin gets better, but then again, hey, if this can perform well, it's the worst of time. Imagine how good it will perform while my skin condition is good. So yeah, the last minute before this video starts, tell you my basic information just in case you have the similar skin tone as mine or similar skin type as mine and you can find this useful. I suppose it's not so hard to tell. I am Asian and my skin type is dry. My skin shade is normally natural or yellow undertone. The second lightest shade. If in the summer, I would use the third lightest shade. Now you know all these, we can start. So the packaging is this matte, very quality kind of paper box. I'm so sorry if you can hear the neighbor's construction. It's been on since Christmas, but what can I do, right? So the shade I picked is Panna Cotta 130G, but I'm not so confident with this shade because, like I said, I've never tried their foundation before. First impression, remember I squeezed the pump, but now it's all dried out. I feel like it's quite thick. I was expecting this to be more of liquidy, but it's quite creamy and it dries very fast. I don't know, for some reason when I use this beauty blender, as you can see, I couldn't blend it so evenly. I don't know, maybe because this sponge is not good enough, but yeah, brush and it works perfectly fine. And as you can see, my pores were all covered. This is the perfect effect I can ask for. I wouldn't do extra concealer or anything. The shade though, I gotta say, it oxidized so quick. When I just squeezed out, it was quite pale, and now it's perfectly just matches my skin. I don't know if it will keep oxidizing, but now I feel so happy with the shade. Coverage is amazing. Yeah, I like it. Let me put on my brows and then we'll keep on our next step. Okay guys, I am back. I did my eyebrow. I also had a lunch. So it's probably an hour. Confidently say this just oxidized enough. And do you see this radiance? I didn't put any highlight on, so it definitely has a little bit luminous in there. Also, I didn't use any loose powder or setting powders either. I'll show you guys a close-up. So you can see here, you can still see a tiny bit of my freckles peeking out, but after all, this is kind of coverage I wanted. I gotta say, if I keep going, it probably will be too much. It will be like a musky-ish, but now it is perfect. So on the packaging it says cream to powder contour and bronzer. I've never used this formula before, and I've seen people using this online, but I'm not so confident because I'm not that kind of brownsy. I don't normally use a lot of contour, but you never know if you never try the new ones, right? If you always stuck with your comfortable products. Do you know what? I thought they would be thicker, but it's actually flatter than I thought. Thinner, let's say. This is my Wayne Goss eyeshadow palette, and look, there's another cap, and the container here is transparent. I picked shade Fair. On the website, they suggest me to pick the medium one, but I'm not sure. I think Fair is probably enough. So here is the products. I'm also gonna use their brush. I suppose it's dipping from here and the brush with the other side. Okay, I gotta say before I touch it, I thought this would be harder, but in fact, this is very creamy. It's very smooth. It's kind of like chocolate mousse, that kind of formula. And when it's on my face, I don't know if you noticed, when I was blending here, it just perfectly blended into my skin, and it didn't grab other parts of my face. It feels like perfect sun tanned. Now I'm gonna finish my rest of the makeup, and then I'm gonna be back and tell you my final first impression. Okay, I'm back. I thought I might be able to escape the setting powder, but apparently this radiance come from I don't know where. Looks really shiny on my face, so I just did a little bit of setting powder. But so far this foundation has amazed me. I thought this will be too much coverage, it will be like fake masky kind of effects, but apparently it didn't give that kind of effect at all, and my skin still does look like my skin. Apparently it didn't lie, because it is kind of like illuminate matte feeling. Wow, it's amazing formula. And this Tantour contour, I really am amazed by how this performed. I don't know if it's because it's from the same family. Apparently this performed really well with this happy brush on the both sides. Although this works really well with this foundation, but I noticed that when I was blending this, it still picked up a little bit of foundation. You can see through my skin a little more, except that I didn't find anything that I don't like about this contour. This brush I think is really useful. You just flip, 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 and you contour wherever you want to. So yeah, that's my first impression about this foundation, but I'm still willing to use it more to test if it's life proof, waterproof, 24-hour proof, sweat proof, and humid proof. If you're just as curious as I am and you want to see how I tested them, don't forget to come back to see I review this. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a like, and if you like me, don't forget to subscribe me, and I will see you next time. Bye!